friends, my name is Anisina. Today in this video we'll talk about eyes. So what is eyes? Eyes are the sense organ which gives the sense of sight. So now we'll talk about the part of eye. The things that move to blink the eye are called eyelid. Eyelid is made up of the fastest muscles of our body. It traps the dirt and the dirt that can enter in the eye along with the air around us. So, do you know friends that an average human blinks 15 to 20 times per minute, 29,000 times in a day and 10 million times in a year. So, now we'll talk about the two glands in the eye. These are called the tear gland. They produces tear. The tear keeps the eye moist and safe. So, now we will talk about eyeball. The eyeball is covered with 8 muscles which helps in the movement of eyeball. It helps in these muscles help us to see up, down, side to side and all around. These muscles help you to see this corner to this corner. So, now we'll talk about the parts of eyeball. First is cornea. Cornea is the part of eyeball which is cone shaped and it is made up of tissue which is transparent and clear. Second is iris. Iris is the colored circle when we see in the mirror with different colored patterns. So, the iris has different colors for different people like amber, blue, grey, green, etc. So, third is pupil. Pupil is the part of eyeball which is actually the passage of light that enters in the eye when we see any object. So, now I will explain you how iris and pupil works together in the eye. Do you know friends that the iris has a responsibility of the amount of light that enters in the eye when we are seeing anything. So, the iris has muscles which can change the size of pupil. You were thinking the changing size of pupil doesn't matter, right? But it matters. To explain that, I have to give you 2 scenarios. Scenario 1. You are in a dark room. You can't see for a while because it will be pitch black there. Because your eyes are not adjusted to the darkness, you can't see anything. So, and after that while you can see things, not clearly but sometimes. Your eyes are actually adjusted to the darkness sometimes. So, in scenario 2, you are staring at the sun. Sun is much brighter. This much brightness can hurt our eyes. So, the eyes cannot handle this bright light. So, sometimes we can see the sun with our naked eyes because our eyes are also adjusted to the sun or any bright places. So, now I will explain you how iris and pupil work in these 2 scenarios. In scenario 1, the iris changes the size of pupil very big, even bigger than its size. So, that more light enters in the eye. That's why more light enters in the eye. So our eyes are adjusted to the darkness sometimes. That's why we can see things, but not clearly, but we can see in the darkness. So, in scenario 2, the bright light can hurt our eyes. So, the size of the iris changes the size of pupil very small, that less light enters in the eye. So our eyes didn't get harmed from the that bright light. So fourth is lens. These lenses are actually the magnifying glass that we see everywhere. So, but it has a little bit magic in it. It has muscles that can change its size accordingly to the light that enters in the eye when we see any object. It helps when it tells how far or near an object is. You were thinking about that. What is so special in changing size or telling how far or near an object is? But now I explained you. It matters because to explain that I have to do an experiment in 3 ways. So, in case 1, I have a torch, a normal lens and a screen. So, when I on the torch, the light of the torch is much spread it out at the screen. So, when I put a normal lens in between, the light is concentrated at one point. So, we can also say this as the lens has focused the light. So, in case 2, I have put the torch much far away from its position. The light is again spread out at the screen. I need a thinner lens to take the light back into focus. And in case 3, if I take the torch much nearer to the lens, I need a thicker lens to focus the light again. So, we need 3 types of lens there. But think about that. A lens that can change its size. That's an amazing technology, right? So, the lens, it has muscles that can change its size. Its lens stretches the lens to make it thinner lens, and the muscles relax to make it thicker lens. So now I will signify the things that we use in the experiment. So we have used the torch, the object we see. It is the object when we see anything. The lens is obviously the eye lens. Then what will be the screen in the human eye? Think about that. To answer that, it is the retina. Retina is the place where the light enters in the pupil, then passes from the lens and get focused in the retina. Retina is made up of the special cells. When the light hits these special cells, the light converts into an electrical signal when we see any object. So, the electrical signal goes from a wire called optic nerve to the brain to recognize or tell how far or near an object is. So, today we learnt about eyes. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe this video. Thank you.